The Jets just flew into the Denver no-fly zone in the UK, London, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Broncos vs. Jets. Let's go. Denver coming off of the strong win against Philly where they scored 18 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to take down the defending champs, come to London to face the New York Jets as the away team. Denver fans were filled in the crowd. You've seen a lot of orange. And coming into this game, heavily favored against the 0-5 New York Jets. Denver coming off of a big win. Final score doesn't really reflect a big win, but this was a great win. Ugly win, almost just as ugly as the last time we played them last year in week 4. But the defense showed up to play, and the defense is what won this game, picking up slack from a very slow and just ugly and undisciplined mental mistakes kind of offense this week. Broncos enter this game without Dre Greenlaw still and losing their left guard Ben Powers to a bicep injury on IR. Backing up Ben Powers was Matt Parrott, and during the beginning of the game he kind of had a rough little stretch, a few holding calls, kind of killed us on a few drives, but he stepped up enough. The big point for the Jets coming into this was they have still not forced any takeaways, and speaking of that, they forced a takeaway this game, unfortunately. So, let's get into this breakdown, recap, Broncos vs. Jets, Week 6. Let's go. Out the gate, New York wins the coin toss. They elect to defer. Broncos get the ball. Opening drive. As a fan, opening drive, we're hoping to make a statement and go out there, put some points on the board. Nah. Bo Nix hits Troy Franklin on the right side of the field. He makes a play, gets the ball knocked out, fumble. Jets force their first takeaway of the year and get the ball in great field position where New York would end up going 3 plays, no first down, and kick a 52-yard field goal. It is good. New York goes up 3-0 on the Broncos. The ensuing drive, Denver kind of dinks and dunks their way down the field to set up a 57-yard field goal by Will Lutz, who, once again, just likes to put stress and fear into Denver fans as that ball kind of swooshed around in the air before eventually going in to tie the game up 3-3. We kind of seen a little bit of Evan Ingram on this drive, which would be a tone setter for what the good of the offense was. We got to see Evan Ingram get some important touches. Not just touches, but important touches. Good. Denver scores some points, tie the game up. It's 3-3. Kick the field goal, and then do the kickoff. Unfortunately, another big part of the game today was special teams. Denver allowed a 70-yard kick return, putting the Jets in great field position again, back-to-back drives for Justin Fields. That 70-yard kick return would set up a 3 and field goal. Once again, 3 plays, field goal. Jets go up 6-3. So the next drive, we get the ball moving a little bit. We get another Matt Parrott holding call. Moves us back to 2nd and 20. Check down to R.J. Harvey, makes it 3rd and 16. And then on 3rd and 16, Bo Nix just takes off, makes it to a 4th and 5. And pretty big call of the game right here. Bo Nix would end up finding Evan Ingram. Again, come out in the empty set. Evan Ingram gets the ball, and he converts the 4th down. It's 1st and 10 now. Broncos keep moving the ball, and that sets up another Evan Ingram catch, which goes for 16 yards. And reflecting off of that play, Denver would score their first and only touchdown of the game to a wide-open Nate Adkins, backup fullback / tight end kind of player, for another 16-yard touchdown. And that was his first touchdown this year. That takes us into the second quarter where absolutely nothing happened. Punt, 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 punt. And what the heck were the Jets doing at the end of the second quarter? New York would get the ball at half, and with that, they would just kind of run the ball. I was getting mad. Me personally, I had money on Breece Hall's under for attempts, and he hit the over like right on this drive, I think, mid third quarter. Jets were staying true to their identity that they just love so much of running the ball. And they ran the ball, they pushed the ball downfield with short passes, only a few of them, I think maybe 2 or 3, and they just ran the ball down to the Denver 20 where their drive would eventually stall out and set up another field goal for the New York Jets to go 10-9. Broncos up 10-9 on the 0-5 New York Jets in the third quarter. After the successful field goal by the Jets, there'd be a couple back-to-back punts by each team. New York ends up punting and pins Denver at their own 3-yard line, and that's where things kind of went even worse for this Broncos offense. From their own 3-yard line, Bo Nix drops back. New York sends pressure. Bo Nix launches it deep downfield. There's a flag. It looks like it'd be pass interference on Brandon Stevens, on Troy Franklin. No, we get the official's call. We get holding, number 77, Quinn Miners. It occurred in the end zone. That's a safety for the Broncos. Jets get the 2 points and get the ball. Going into the fourth quarter, the name of the game of just a couple back-to-back punts, 3 and outs, and then the Jets get a first down and then end up punting there. So Denver gets the ball back, fourth quarter. They've been in this situation before, and they do exactly what they're expected to do. Would have liked 6, but they drive 65 yards downfield, set up a chip shot field goal for Will Lutz, highlighted by a 26-yard pass to Marvin Mims out of the backfield. I really like this play call because we get Marvin Mims, one of our fastest and more trickier kind of guys, line him up in the backfield. It's man coverage, and there's a linebacker on him. And no linebacker in this league, maybe Fred Warner, maybe Dre Greenlaw on our team, is covering Marvin Mims out of the backfield on a wheel route, especially with no over-the-top or safety help, no flat help, nothing like that. So Bo Nix hits Marvin Mims, catch and run for 26 yards, puts Denver in field goal range. A few more plays happen. Denver kicks a field goal from the 9-yard line and go up 13-11. And from there, it's game time. It's game time. New York gets the ball. They end up punting on that drive. Denver gets the ball. They go 3 and out, unfortunately, on a very important drive where we could put the game away. Third down, Bo Nix just takes the sack, doesn't force an incompletion, keeps the clock rolling, and we punt the ball away, and it will be New York's ball. Justin Fields' legacy drive. What could go wrong for Denver? A lot of things could go wrong. Did a lot of things go wrong? Well, on the first play, Justin Fields muffs the snap. It falls right to Breece Hall, and instead of Nick Bonito making the tackle in the backfield for like a 6-yard loss, he gets juked. Breece Hall hits the gap and gets a 7-yard gain. Breece Hall on second down, we get a 4-yard rush. First down for the Jets. And this is where things clicked for the Denver defense. Denver would, on first down, force a sack. Justin Sternad, linebacker, gets in the backfield, sacks Justin Field. On 2nd and 15, Fields would find Garrett Wilson for a 7-yard gain and put the ball on 3rd and 8. On 3rd and 8, a really big play. Justin Fields drops back, almost completes it to Garrett Wilson, where Garrett Wilson had the ball, but Talanoa Hufanga, another big-time signing of the offseason free agent for Denver, makes a great hit, forces the ball incomplete, and it's 4th and 8. Now, as a Broncos fan and as someone who's been following the Broncos, if it's 4th and 8, game's on the line, Vance Joseph is going to make sure his guys get there, and they did exactly that. 4th and 8, Justin Fields is dropping back, game on the line. They decide not to kick the 62-yard field goal. They want to get it closer. So 4th and 8, Justin Fields dropped back. Did Bonito get him? Nah. Wouldn't be Bonito getting to him. It would be instead his partner in crime off the other edge, Jonathan Cooper, who gets to Justin Fields on 4th and 8 with the help of Brandon Jones and just help of other guys getting pressure, and closes the game out. Broncos get the ball back on downs, couple kneel downs, and it's game. Denver wins 13-11. Not a very pretty win offensively. It was a very defensively mannered game for the Denver Broncos and for the New York Jets. Key penalties, holding calls, gave the Jets 2 points on the safety. Kind of knocked us out of field goal range a few times, and that's just, you can't be making mental mistakes against a good team. And we got lucky that we were playing the New York Jets, who they're no just walkover. You're not just going to walk over a professional football team like that, but they kept the game interesting. The mistakes did. Unfortunately, you don't want to see a interesting game with your 3-2 team versus an 0-5 team. Another big key for me was the Broncos just couldn't run the ball. J.K. Dobbins had about 14 rushes for around 40 yards, and you just don't want to see that. He was averaging very, very low numbers. Towards the end, he kind of got some bigger runs, but across the whole game, it was a lot of hand the ball off, get hit at the line of scrimmage, and it was just plays done from there. Defense really won the game for Denver. They had forced 9 sacks and had Justin Fields and the Jets offense at -10 net pass yards. Fields had like 30-something yards, but with all the sack yards and everything, that's just kind of how total net yards work. So -10 net pass yards was great. You don't see that every time in the NFL. So for a defense to be able to do that to another offense is great. Key players for me were Evan Ingram, 5 catches, 42 yards. He had a couple big catches and runs on 3rd and 4th down to really get us going and keep the chains moving. Another player, Jonathan Cooper, he had 2 sacks, came on a crucial down, and he was the one who closed the game on 4th down and turned the ball over to get the Broncos the game. And then Patrick Surtain, I mean, obviously, Garrett Wilson has struggled against Surtain in his career, and that was just the name of the game again today. Surtain locked up Garrett Wilson. He had a couple catches on him, but for the most part, he wasn't there. Looking ahead, Denver faces the New York Giants at home, Week 7. Giants are playing this week. Giants are coming off as well a win against the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football. Cam Skattebo, Jackson Dart. The guys in New York really like those guys, and the NFL seems to like those guys, fans around the league. They're a fun team to watch, and they're going to play hard, so Denver needs to make sure that these mistakes and just dumb things need to stop happening. They need to play more clean on offense for sure, and they need to not underestimate the power that a couple hard-hitting, hard-headed rookies can really do to you. So hope you enjoyed the show. That was Week 6, Broncos at Jets in London in the UK. Broncos got the dub. Wasn't pretty, very ugly, but a win's a win, as they say. So make sure to tune in next time for Week 7, Broncos versus Giants.